Welcome to Celebrating Act Two. Celebrating Act Two is the user manual for the second half of your life.
Welcome. Thank you again for joining my partner, John Coleman, and our special guest, Bill Jordan.
As we celebrate Act Two. Yeah, Art, we're celebrating Act Two all over again. We do it all the time.
Every day.
Bill, it's Labor Day, or darn close to it, depending on when you watch this video.
Right.
Labor Day is, it was started in the I wrote it down. What did I put? I can't find it. 1880s, 1890s. And it started in New York, and it was started by some union people, I guess, and became a national holiday. And we've been celebrating Labor Day for over 100 years. I think it's a pretty important day, even if you're not a union member. Of course,
right.
Unions used to be more important than they are in this country,
Right.
I can remember, just as a diversion, when I moved to California, Southern California, there was a big Chevrolet plant in the valley, and they made Corvettes. And oh man, it employed a lot of people, and they were living great, got great pay, and they closed it down. I don't remember why, but they closed it down. They still made Corvettes, but they didn't make as many, something like that. And wow, what a difference that made, not to have the Corvette plant. And a lot of people mourned it for 10 years, hoping that it'd come back.
Right.
Never came back. But despite the fact that unions aren't as big a force as they were once, they created Labor Day. And I think they created it for all of us. I think it's a really good thing.
Absolutely. And, it kind of signifies, too, the ushering into the final third of the year. And we get into, there's something about throwing that switch, Labor Day. Okay, now summer's over. Now I'm in North Carolina. You guys are in California. The date on the calendar has nothing to do with what season it is, at least around here, because Labor Day, that just means it's going to get hotter again for another month. And then it'll cool down a little bit, and then it'll hit you again with the Indian summer. You'll have a little cool snap, and then the next thing you know, it's 95 with 200% humidity, and we're right back in it. So, but, Labor Day, we celebrate with the labor that we have done. I'm no longer in the full-time labor workforce, doing primarily voiceover work right now, and doing some stuff with my Embrace the Boom movement. It's not a big money maker. It helps me pay the power bill every month, kind of, but I hope to grow that. If you love what you do, though, is it really labor? And that's the goal, man. If you can land a job, get a career path going, this is advice to my younger self. And I was able to accomplish this in radio broadcasting. I absolutely had a passion for it. I had a love affair with that for a long, long time. If you love what you do, you really don't work a day in your life. Somebody said that. I don't remember who said that, but that's kind of a famous quote. Don't you guys agree with that? I mean, you got to.
Yeah, and it's true.
Yeah, but the truth is that because something like Google doesn't exist yet, we can't find out who it came from. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a Jordanism.
We can go with that. I mean, I borrow a lot. My daughter will tell me, she'll tell you he has no original thought of his own. He speaks in movie lines and TV, sitcom lines, Seinfeld quotes and stuff like that. So, I'm quite used to that.
But the nice thing about it, Bill, especially on your Facebook page, is that you share about 30 of them every day. And
it seems that way.
Yeah, and so you're actually a full-time laborer of sharing quotes, and you do give attribution. So that's kind of nice of you as well. But Labor Day, in this gig economy, and all three of us are still doing things like that, is Labor Day is any day that you decide it's going to be. So is holiday. So is yesterday, and the next day. So, but the Labor Day was always special in our family because it was always celebration for a long weekend. Back, particularly when we lived in New York, it was a long weekend and had all the family together and had a big barbecue or a crab fest or what have you, whatever the season brought in. What are the kind of things that you do to celebrate Labor Day in your neck of the woods?
Well, I mean, when I was working full time, I would get Labor Day off. I took a while in the radio business because of my younger years. I mean, I often worked weekends. I'd leave, work probably a Saturday, and then Labor Day, again, until I got firmly entrenched and got a family and stuff and moved to morning drive, Labor Day was just another day of work for me. So indeed, it was Labor Day. I don't remember if we got extra pay or not, but we're big grillers around here. So we'll probably get together with my daughter and her family, who live about 15 minutes from us, and do something at her house or our house. Give them a little break from doing their thing, and they're entrepreneurs in and of themselves and doing quite well. So we'll take a little break and do some family time and grill something out on the old Weber. And my wife makes this pork tenderloin that's amazing. So hopefully I'll make a request for that.
Now, do you guys remember when we were younger, since we're all in the same generation, Labor Day meant, at least for me, going back to school, number one.
Yep.
But it also meant new cars were coming out. Everybody looked at, what's the new Chevy going to be like? What's
Right.
the new Dodge look like? Holy
Right.
cow. And then finally, last but not least, okay.
I'll help you.
that's
I
right.
will help you on the kickoff of a campaign season, which now
Camp-
seems never seems. It's like endless summer.
All the
Okay,
time.
and
thanks for
winter
the
and fall.
reminder. You're
All
right.
the
Today
time.
it's the campaign season, at least this year. But what I was trying to remember was it was the beginning of the new television season.
Oh yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
new, when
That's right.
when there was a television season.
That's
now
right.
there's no
And
television season.
when prime time began at 7:30.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
isn't there some? I never owned a white suit or a light colored suit, but wasn't it after Labor Day that you weren't allowed to wear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
white
White anymore.
shoes or whatever. All those
Memorial
rules
Day
that
to
I pay
Labor
no
Day.
attention to. Yeah, whatever.
You
Right.
know, that really comes from, I think it comes from the Navy, maybe Army too, but the Navy, the admiral or whoever was in charge of the base could designate its whites. You wear your Navy whites versus you wear your Navy blues. They almost never wore Navy whites before Memorial Day. San Diego, where I am now, is different case. They wore
Well,
white.
as you guys have probably, we've already noted, I'm such a slave to fashion that, I'm totally locked into all those fashion rules. I worked with fashion Nazis for so many years that now I will wear whatever I want when I want and feel good about it.
So there
You
were
didn't have
style.
to
There
wear
were
a
style.
tie.
There were style. There were style rules for radio.
Well, there would, you would hear some of my female employees be a little catty about some of the other female employees if they wore white after Labor Day. Some of that stuff, or what is she thinking wearing that, or what are you doing to her? Somebody tell me you shouldn't wear that. It's like, but that's what I would say. It's radio. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to
You know?
look good for the microphone.
Yeah, you know.
I have never met a more slovenly group of people than radio DJs.
I was not, when I was working, I was pretty good about keeping in mind, I never know when I might run into a client, if a client came by the radio station or
Yeah.
something. So I was never a t-shirt and shorts guy. I may wear some nicer shorts without the ventilation. And then a nice, like we've done our whole thing too before about the fashion. Maybe I was wearing a Tommy Bahama shirt or a nice polo or something like that. I was pretty cognizant that I was at work.
Yeah, because we've seen enough pictures of you with celebrities that either you had a change of clothes in the car, or perhaps you knew in advance they were coming that day. But
Yeah, I probably had one of my people lay out my wardrobe for the day.
one of your
yeah.
people, yeah, uh-huh.
My wife.
Yeah.
Well, here's to Labor Day, Bill. God bless
man.
you.
God
Yeah.
bless you guys.
Embrace
Appreciate
the
again the
boom.
time.
And by the
Yes.
way, if I wanted to get 1,000 additional cups for my closest next door neighbors, where would I be able to do that?
Well, I'm going to tell you about that. And, a lot of people are giving these to fellow boomers for their birthdays or whatever significant event in their life, or just to give it to them. It's a 15 ounces, pretty stout and sturdy. You put in there whatever you want, coffee, tea, hot toddy, whatever. But you can get your mug and also a link to my 15 or 16. Actually, I say 15, but there's a sneaky 16th one I've added that kind of ties them all together. Just 15 practices to live your best life as a baby boomer, or in fact, at any time in your life. And you can find it all at BillJordanEmbraceTheBoom.com. BillJordanEmbraceTheBoom.com. And if with that, I would love to say, live your life, forget your age, and embrace the boom.
Amen, brother. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Thanks
Talk
for
to you
having me
soon.
back again, guys. Thank you.
See you again soon.
For more on Celebrating Act Two, visit our webpage, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and tell your friends. Celebrating Act Two is the user manual for the second half of your life.